Yulong Farm's Yusheng Zhang's passion for racing and breeding has already netted Group 1 success in Ireland, and there's more to come around the world and particularly in Australia. Yulong Farm in Victoria this year welcomes the Group 1 winning son of Redoute's choice, Alabama Express, who joins Grunt, their foundation sire, whose first new foals are on the ground. Sam, it's been another exciting year for Yulong Farm, with first foals just arriving by your foundation sire Grunt, and of course it's wonderful to see Alabama Express at the farm now too.
It is, Caroline. Mr. Zhang set out about building a stallion roster, and it's great to have the two stallions on the roster this year, and exciting with a few days away we'll be into the serving season.
Looking at the farm itself, there's so much more development since Bred To Win was last here at Yulong Farm in Victoria. Tell us, what have you been doing as you're turning the farm into a real showpiece?
That's right, Caroline. We've finished the stallion complex. So we have two barns which can house 7 stallions each. The serving barn is now being completed with the arrival area and mare receiving barn. And we're in the process of redoing all the roads on the farm, so sealing them and curbing them. So things are moving along nicely, and the farm is going to be fantastic once it's all complete.
It's always been a stunning property, but now also things such as the new covering barn, they kind of give you a chance, I guess, to start afresh using world's best practice.
Absolutely, Caroline, that's right. We've tried to make it so it's user-friendly, so there's plenty of loading areas for floats and so forth, and safety for getting mares and foals off and on floats, through the receiving area into the serving barn prep area. So basically it flows, so you sort of can come through, the mare will be prepared, she'll go through to the serving barn, then she can exit out a separate doorway which will lead her back around to the loading ramp. So it's all going to flow so that it can be efficient and safe for the mares and foals when they're here getting bred.
I sell online for $2,750.
The investment of Mr. Zhang around the world is immense, but in Australia alone, the brood mares you've bought include some of our best race mares, such as Unforgotten and Vidora.
Absolutely. We've got added a lovely group of mares to the broodmare band this year. Obviously Vidora, as you mentioned, she's due to foal down to Loop de Vega shortly. We also added Unforgotten, Group 1 winning Fastnet Rock mare, another Group 3 winning mare, another $1. So we've really added some really nice mares to the broodmare band, and going forward, obviously, they're great mares to be able to support our stallions in years to come.
And from earlier buying Gypsy Diamond at the English Chairman's Sale, well, that's already borne fruit with a great result with her foal.
That's right. It was great to be able to take a lovely colt that we got from the mare by Invincible to the sale, and was brought by Coolmore, and I believe has gone into Chris Waller's stable. So this is the vision of Mr. Zhang of what he wants to achieve with Yulong is buying these high-class mares that produce these good-looking foals, and we can take them to market and get them out into the racing stables and hopefully help to increase the broodmare value and give our stallions a good hope of producing great progeny down the track.
And with a sweeping burst, it is Lucky Vega who has raced to the front in the Caitlin Phoenix Stakes.
On the racetrack is of course where it counts, and it was wonderful to see Yulong's first Group 1 success in the Phoenix Stakes in Ireland with Lucky Vega.
Yes, it was a fantastic result for Mr. Zhang, for Lucky Vega to win the Group 1 Phoenix Stakes. He was a horse that Michael Donoghue brought for Mr. Zhang, went to Jessica Harrington, and just at his third start been able to win a Group 1 2-year-old race, and of course being by Loop de Vega, who is a fantastic sire himself. He'll make his way down to Australia at some stage and join the stallion roster here at Yulong.
Alabama Express, the 3-year-old's going to do it.
Well, your new stallion Alabama Express, we know, beat the older horses in the Orr, but as a son of Redoute's choice, he was also all importantly out and winning as a 2-year-old.
That's right, Caroline. He won his only start as a 2-year-old and then was put away and brought back as a 3-year-old. He won the Gothic Stakes over 1400 metres at Caulfield in the spring. Mike Moroney then set him for some autumn races, and the Orr Stakes was one of them, and he was very brave in winning that. He sat wide and was very, very tough, beating, I think, 7 Group 1 winners in that race. So having a son of Redoute's choice was fantastic for the Victorian industry, and he's a lovely looking horse, so very excited heading into the breeding season with him. He's only lightly raced. He only had the 8 starts, and you know, he obviously could have raced on, but with the vision of Mr. Zhang and wanting to get the breeding arm of Yulong up and going, we made that decision to retire him to stud. He's going to cover a really nice book of mares this year.
So what sort of a stallion is he physically? What do you see in Alabama Express conformationally?
He is a really neat horse. He's got a lot of quality about him. He was purchased by Paul Moroney, who's a fantastic judge of a horse, and we've had a lot of people come to the farm and inspect him, and they're wowed straight away when he walks out because his movement is fantastic. He's a very fluent walker. He has a lot of quality and athleticism about him. So he's a horse that for breeders is going to be easy to mate to because he's about 16 hands, and he has that quality that he'll be able to put into his progeny. It's a really you know, difficult time for breeders and making a decision on what they're going to do, and you know, we're Mr. Zhang is wanting to help breeders and you know, support them this year and getting them through these tough times, because what we do this year, we see the results in 3 years' time. So we need to be able to keep breeding our mares, and you know, if people need assistance, they can give us a call, and we can work out a plan to help them to be able to get their mare bred this year so that we're getting progeny on the ground and into the sale ring in 3 years' time.
But it's Grunt at the 150 from John Snow.
And Grunt, of course, the Australian Guineas and Mackay Diva Stakes winner. It's so exciting when a new stallion sees their first foal start to arrive. You had an absolutely gorgeous photo of his first foal, and of course, a year down the track, he's letting down beautifully.
Absolutely, he has really furnished into a very imposing stallion, and he had the good looks last year, but now he's furnished further, and we are seeing him pass on his good looks onto his foals. He's giving them plenty of size and bone and strength, so really great to see that he's passing his own qualities onto his foals.
As a close relation to Ocean Park, who's sire of Group 1 winners such as Colding and Tofani recently, there's just so much on Grunt's dam side that's also improving.
Ocean Park is really emerging as a promising stallion. Obviously Grunt by from the same family, and he's got Zabeel on his dam line, which, you know, sires like Dundee have as well. So for people to breed to Grunt, he's a great outcross because he doesn't have Danehill there, and but he has the Zabeel in there, and obviously O'Reilly and Last Tycoon. So he's a really nice outcross for breeders to breed to.
And through this uncertain time, it really is great to see so many parts of the breeding industry supporting each other.
It is uncertain, but you know, we're a great industry, and it's about rallying around and helping each other when, you know, in these times, and I think you know, all the stud farms are doing that, and helping breeders to be able to you know, make decisions this year to keep breeding, and hopefully in 3 years' time they can get the rewards for you know, making that decision to breed this year.
And it's not just a trying time with horse care and horse movements, but I guess also for the human element of this huge breeding industry.
You know, as an industry, we need to put together the protocols in place to keep us all COVID safe. But I think you know, the staff that are looking after the horses and the stallions today, you know, great credit to the stallion team here at Yulong. They look fantastic, and you know, all the guys who look after stallions around the world, really, they're high class animals that are worth a lot of money, and you know, it's great to see that you know, the effort that people put into looking after them to get them looking as well as they do.
Well, we are getting very used to seeing those eye-catching green and white check sleeves of Yulong Farm. What are some of the horses you're particularly excited about this spring?
Oh, it's really exciting. It's a great time of year. We've got Hungry Heart, who obviously she was a Group 2 winner. as a 2-year-old, and we were very patient with her. Chris Waller said after her good run for 5th in the slipper, he said, let's put her away. She's only going to improve as a 3-year-old. So we've done that, and she's right on track for some of those nice 3-year-old filly races. We also have another Frankel colt, Yangtze Rapids, who's he's making his way back for some of the longer distance 3-year-old races. So we've got a nice team of 3-year-olds that are building and coming through for the spring.